All right, guys, we are here with our first episode of the new series on BOJ TV called Open Mic. Open Mic with Kern Spencer. You know, where we move around Jamaica and we find interesting persons to talk to, interesting events that are happening in the country. And it's all happening right here on BOJ TV. Today we are at the historic Waterloo Guest House in Black River with Mr. Keith Bell. He has an interesting, he's a part of an interesting event that's coming up this weekend. But before we get into that, let me welcome you to Open Mic right here on BOJ TV, Sir Bell.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, and but we have to start. We could never be at this historic location, Waterloo Guest House, and we don't say a few words. I remind Jamaicans, or inform those who don't know about how many things, the Waterloo Guest House it is really known for. You want to remind us of some, sir?
Well, the town of Black River.
The town of Black River, yeah, we can start
there.
Yes.
But, Waterloo Guest House is famous as the first building in Jamaica to have electricity.
Yes.
So it's famous for that. But Black River is also known for the first motor car in Jamaica. That's also a very significant event.
Yes.
And we also had actually the first proper telephone exchange. A lot of people don't even know that.
Yes.
So it's really a very historic town. The wharf is a piece of history. Hendricks Wharf itself, with in terms of the trade in pimento and logwood.
Yes.
We're actually Black River, the second capital of St. Elizabeth. A lot of
Yes.
people don't know that the first capital was actually Lacovia.
Oh, yes.
So we're the second capital. But it's a very, very, very historic town. And of course,
yes,
probably the biggest moment in history has to do with the slave ship, the Zang.
Definitely.
And the whole circumstances surrounding the Zang, which took place just out at sea there off the coast of Black River. And there's actually a memorial now to that whole event and how that helped to shape the end of slavery.
Yes.
Actually, the end of the slave trade.
And of course, Waterloo Guest House, is one of the historical locations in Black River. You just made mention, of the historic nature of the town itself.
Yeah.
But we always hear that Waterloo Guest House is the first place in Black River that got electricity.
In Jamaica.
Oh, in Jamaica.
Yes.
Right. But people normally say, Black River is the first place in Jamaica that gets electricity. But I'm just trying to zoom in on Waterloo Guest House. So the electricity came here first.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And since then, it has been well known, Waterloo Guest House.
Yes.
Black River, how is Black River going though? In terms of, historically, we are the town center, which we spoke of, that historic nature. What's Black River like now? Is it where you want it to be?
No, there's always room for better. But certainly, what's interesting that in terms of new housing starts, the population is growing. The commercial activity is growing. If you notice on Central Road, which is just like the name says, you see there's a lot of new businesses being built and
new hardware.
Yes, well, and there's more to come.
Yes,
and so the commercial activity in the town is actually increasing.
Lovely.
And that's good. We had some, I think, a problem with space, as people define it, in terms of downtown Black River being actually full.
Yes,
there's not room for much more there. But now that people have realized that you don't have to be in the middle of downtown. I mean, I think KFC, the new KFC location has opened a lot of people's eyes, because people are saying about, look where KFC is.
Yes. I'm happy you mentioned that, because at first when I saw the building going up for KFC, and personally myself, we are a little bit used to Black River, grew up here at some point, and we know where the town center is originally. So when we saw the KFC being set up up past the hospital beside the school. We're wondering how will that work? You know, what will happen to the walking crowd? But what are you seeing now that it's actually here and functional? What's the experience?
Well, the walking crowd, I think it's a little fitter than they used to be because I see people.
And more persons driving too.
At all hours walking with a box of chicken or walking at all hours. So they you know, it's good to get that exercise, you know.
Yes, and what has it done for the town? Any changes as yet? It's relatively short access.
Well, I think that, you know, I suppose it's important if you have a KFC in your town.
Yes.
Not everybody does. But I think that maybe most of all, I think there's going to be some more commercial activity on that side. And most of all, as I said, it probably opens up people's eyes to what the possibilities are and the, you know, narrow thinking in terms of commercial, in terms of location.
So commercial you see expansion of the town moving up to that side, no? Are you activity in general along the stretch?
No, not
increasing.
Yes, I think that is eventually going to happen, and also possibly new areas now. People won't be so shy to open businesses in areas, saying that, you know, they're not going to get the traffic.
Yes,
because you know, I think you can get left behind a little bit if you don't understand, you know, consumers and what is good about the way the town is now with the expansion. You tend to have room for parking, and a lot of people underestimate the value of parking. But I can tell you that, you know, some people might be losing up to 30% of their business, potential business, because they don't have proper parking. You know, in the US, if somebody has 10 acres, they put a 1 acre building and 9 acres of parking. In Jamaica, you put up a 9 acre building and you squeeze to find a park. You know.
That's so true.
The psychology of the consumer, and it's very important.
Definitely a lovely place. We're here with Mr. Keith Bell. You know, we're talking a little bit about Black River, but we are here for a specific reason today, guys, and it's about a big event that's coming up. A very important event, but I just want you to bear with us because, as I said, this is open mic. The mic is open, so you'll be hearing a lot of sound around. We're actually at Waterloo Guest House, so trucks are passing, persons are commuting. So, but that is the nature of this new show on BRH TV, to open the mic anywhere in Jamaica. So, before that truck passed, we were talking about an event that's coming up, Mr. Bell. Big, important event. You want to tell me what's happening this Saturday, the 11th of October, right here in Black River?
It's the 4th edition of the HOGA Black River Hospital Road Race. HOGA being the Hampton Old Girls Association. The fourth renewal of that road race. It's a morning race. The race starts at 6:30 for right here. At Waterloo Guest House, and there's walking race, runners of course, and for the first time now they've introduced cycling. Actually a bicycle race going, I think, up to the border and back, you know. So that's an interesting
I saw my good friend, counsel, Eugene Morgan, you know, past Monroe student like myself. I see him in Santa Cruz in the mornings, exercising, getting ready for that event, because his club is determined that they are going to be taking it this Saturday. Okay, good. So it should be very exciting.
Yes, Eugene is a regular. I think I've seen him all 4 years. He's been around. 3 years he's been around. You know, participating in an avid runner. So we look forward to having him here.
So you're saying it's actually the first time you'll introduce cycling, or?
Yes, cycling is new. It's a nice twist, you know.
Yes. So persons have started to register already.
Yes. Registration is going well. You know, there's an online portal for registration.
Yes, we can probably put that information on the screen. So persons can see that.
Right.
So it's not too late. You know, you're not fully booked as yet.
No, and you know, despite the saying that they have a deadline, you know, on the morning of the event,
you can just walk in.
No, people always, you know, persons always come on the morning and they try to register them as quickly as possible. But it's best to register before.
So take me through in terms of time. I saw something, you know, in an advertisement on social media. Registration starts at 6. And
no, that is the on-spot registration.
Oh, the on-spot registration.
Yes. Yes.
Warm up.
But they're encouraging people to register before for obvious reasons.
Yeah. I think what I saw is they say warm up starts at 6. Yes, warm up starts at 6.
Yes.
And the actual race starts at 6:30.
Yes. It's a very nice time of the morning for running. Some purists might say it's a little late because they'd rather go at 5 or 5:30. But you know, in order to facilitate the run, some people come from far.
Yes.
You know, some people coming by, students by bus, and you know, so we give it a little time. And it's still relatively cool in the morning, you know, and for a 5K run. And one of the things I want to mention, because it's a wonderful feature of the Black River 5Ks, is the fact that the race is ended, you know, by a run along the sea. Well, it's very nice feeling. I can tell you, as a participant, you know, when you come in and you have the nice ocean breeze and the nice feeling in front of you, can encourage you to try to do a little better, you know.
Yes.
Complete the race. But it's a very nice feature of this race.
What you said just now, Mr. Bell, is definitely a unique aspect of this walk run, because we see many walks, many runs in Kingston, Jamaica, Montego Bay, but what you said just now in terms of that final stretch mile
also,
along the it's definitely going to be. So we really want to encourage persons from home and abroad, all over Jamaica, to come out and support this event happening in Black River, St. Elizabeth, this Saturday. And of course, Mr. Bell, persons should know that it's a charitable event. Charitable event. You want to talk to them about that?
And the event has donated, I know, well, far in excess of $1 million to the worth of cash and equipment to the Black River Hospital so far. And you know, they're very grateful for the help. Since last year, a portion of proceeds have also gone towards supporting sporting events for Hampton students, you know, which is another worthy cause, you know. So you know, it is a worthy fundraiser, you know, and people should turn out and support it, you know, and keep it going. You know, one day it will be one of the big running events in Jamaica.
How is sponsorship going so far for the event? How has it been over the years?
Not bad. Could always have more.
Yes.
But you know, you have had some faithful sponsors over the years.
Well, we probably should take the opportunity to call for some more sponsors today, you know.
Yes,
so, Mr. Bell, on behalf of the team, you know, sponsors out there, you know, come and be a part of the event. And it doesn't have to be cash all the time, right?
No.
You can water, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Or you can make a direct. You can make a direct. You take check and you're running debit cards and credit cards.
Yes, all of those, everything.
So no excuses, guys.
Foreign exchange.
So no excuse on the day. So we call in the sponsors, you know, persons, well-thinking Jamaicans, home and abroad, you know, to be a part. Is there any way persons overseas can make a donation from overseas to an account or anything like that?
I think I'm not so familiar with that, but I think there is, because I think some people from overseas have contributed.
Okay.
You know,
in terms of organization groups, you know, you have any information on like schools that will participate in confirmed already?
Not yet. I don't have the list in front of me, but I think about 4 or 5 schools are sending athletes to.
And
you know,
we expect Hampton to be here.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Yes,
definitely. Last year they were a very lively team.
Yes,
you know, even though they might not have done so successfully in the actual race, but certainly in the warm-ups they impressed.
Yes. And you don't have to be a Shelley and Fraser Price, or you to participate. Talk to me about that.
You have more fun if you're not, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but everybody, you know, that's the reason why you have a walk as well. Yes. You can walk as slowly as you want. You know, as long as you don't get back here after they packed up and everything. But you know, just go along for the support here and get the morning exercise. You know, the athletes, most of them run and they run off early. You know, they run ahead of everybody else. The school kids, and you know. the track teams and the serious athletes, and then you have the not so serious that makes up the other 90%.
Yes.
That follow after.
Right. So remind viewers of the route and just take us through what will happen Saturday morning.
It's a scenic Black River route. After the warm up, the walkers go off, and then the runners go off, and I suspect that the cyclists will go last.
Yes.
So you send off the walkers. It's a route that takes you through the almost the heart of Black River town at first. The historic Black River, past the Anglican church and going past the police station up.
That's for the walk, and this is for the walk now, right?
Walk on the road.
Walk on the road.
The runners go first, and the walkers go next. So you go up North Street there, and then you go onto Central Road, which takes you all the way down to West Street by the Coal Oasis station. There you turn left and into Newtown, and you go through Newtown, come back, turn on Exchange Drive, which takes you back out to the coast, to the seaside. From there you come down that scenic route and you complete the race. So it's a circle through commercial Black River, residential Black River, and then the Black River coast.
All right. And the reason why I was getting a little bit confused when I said walk, I know that in terms of the cyclists now, their route is a little bit different.
Yes, I think they're going to border.
Yes.
Out to border and back.
Okay.
So they're not taking the 3.5, the 5K route.
Okay. So they leave from Waterloo here along the sea coast.
Along the coast. Past the hospital
to border, and that's where they sell the fish and bami guys.
Yes, but I don't know if they'll be stopping for any.
No, they lose it, and then they come back, and then when everybody returns here, it will be prize giving.
They have a nice prize giving session, and there'll be breakfast and sale and all that sort of stuff. And people tend to stay and a little DJ there, and people tend to stay and just lie for a little while, and then
And of course, on the morning, if persons feel generous, they can still make a contribution to the organization.
Certainly, and I want to tell you that a lot of contributions have been made after the actual events each year, which is quite fine because it's going for a cause, so it doesn't have to be before the event necessarily.
Okay. All right, guys. So as we wrap up, Sir Bill, there must be some persons who you want to, say thanks to, shout out, other organizers involved, so.
Well, the faithful Hampton crew who has been marshalling, led by the able Danny Banks.
Big up yourself, Lord. Salute.
Who have been marshalling the thing, and, so the ladies at the desk and, managing the thing year after year, and they've done a tremendous job. We're proud of them, and, just hope that the event goes from strength to strength to the support of the people,
All right.
Locally and nationwide. And if you want to fly in from overseas, quite welcome.
All right, guys. So there you have it. Our first episode on BRH TV, Open Mic with Mr. Bell, who came to you from the historic town of Black River, and of course, the historic location right here, Waterloo Guest House. So we'll be seeing you guys on BRH TV. We'll be on spot to give you all the highlights. So keep it locked right here on BRH TV for all the excitement that will be coming up this Saturday, October 11, 2025 in Black River. Thanks for talking to us.
Thanks
Keith Bell,
right
for
here.
the opportunity. Thanks for joining us, guys.
All the best with your series.
Thank you.